This is not who he is. He needs to remember his life.
I don't want to be a part of this experiment anymore.
I can't do it anymore.
Let me out of here!
You should hear what they say about him at court. How he mistakes the Earth for a side of beef.
But what exactly had Heisenberg said? That's what everyone wanted to know, then and forever after.
I am a man of science, not society. Now go study my brilliance. Go!
If you enjoy science and great storytelling, we've got you covered.
To science!
To science! This is the Relativity Series from LA Theater Works and the Alfred P. Sloan Foundation, bridging science and the arts in the modern world. We're back with another episode of the Relativity Series. I'm Ron Lipkin, senior radio and podcast producer, and this isn't quite a what do you say to a flat earther episode, but it's close. First, face it, at some time in your life you must have wondered, if the Earth is round and spinning on its axis, not to mention flying through space, how come I don't feel it? I'm not even dizzy. And that's not including the whole, how come the sun, the moon, and the stars all move and things seem perfectly still here on Earth? Fair questions, right? Well, back in the 16th century, not everyone was ready for the answers that astronomer Nicolaus Copernicus came up with. And that's where our story begins. The Relativity Series presents And the Sun Stood Still by Dava Sobel. Starring Robert Foxworth as Copernicus, Gregory Harrison as Giese, Michael Kirby as Rheticus, Kate Steele as Anna, and John Vickery as Bishop Dantiscus. Directed by Rosalind Ayres.
Oh, God. Oh, heaven, help me.
I think that was the last of it, Your Reverence.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
The pain will subside now.
I thought I would surely die.
The emetic I gave you has rid your body of that toxin.
Toxin?
Well, it's all gone now. Your Reverend Lordship has expelled it.
Poison?
No,
I've been poisoned.
No, Your Reverence, it was...
The Lutherans want to kill me.
More likely it was something you ate.
Yes, something I ate. They put it in my food. How else would they get it into me?
No, perhaps just a bite of rotten fish.
The kitchen staff, that shifty-eyed cook.
Or maybe too much eel. Your Reverence is extremely fond of eel.
The Lutherans want to assassinate me. Banishing them from the province was not enough to eliminate the threat.
Swallow this, Your Reverence, to settle the nerves and bring on sleep.
Sleep? When Lutheran dogs are trying to kill me?
Sleep will be the best thing now.
Worse than dogs. Vermin. Evil and dangerous. Here in our midst, waiting for the moment to strike.
Take this, please, Your Lordship.
Suppose they make another attempt on my life and you don't get here in time. What if...
I must insist that Your Reverence take this medicine now.
I must prosecute them more forcefully. Threaten offenders with harsher punishment. I won't let them get to me the way they got to Bishop Ferber.
Bishop Ferber?
I see it all now.
No one poisoned Bishop Ferber.
Oh, they didn't have to. He let them do as they pleased. They walked all over him until God Almighty intervened to smite him for not smiting them.
Bishop Ferber died of syphilis.
One of God's favorite punishments. Oh, it's done now. He's in his grave, and may he rest in peace. But why did he have to leave the whole Lutheran mess in my hands?
Please, Your Reverence, drink this.
I must deal harshly with them. I cannot afford to show weakness.
You need to rest now.
Pour me a glass of my Moldavian wine. That wine is the better tonic. It's to strengthen me for the fight. I must issue a new edict.
Not now, not tonight.
This time I'll ban their books, too. Ban them and burn them. Build a big bonfire in the town square to consume all those Lutheran Bibles. And their music is anathema. No one may sing those hateful hymns any longer. On pain of...
Good health and good sleep, Your Reverence.
Here's our spirit. Curse that poison. It's killed the taste of pleasure.
Rest will restore all. I'll leave your reverence.
Oh, don't hurry off, Nicholas.
Sleep will be the best company now and will soon arrive.
Stay. Your conversation is a comfort to me.
I would not keep your reverence from the sleep I've prescribed.
Stay with me a little while longer. Your harlot can wait. Don't give me that innocent look. You know what I'm talking about.
If you mean my
That woman, your harlot. I've told you to send her away. Why is she still in your house?
Well, she'd take...
She's not Lutheran, is she?
No.
Get rid of her anyway. It looks bad. Keeping an unmarried woman like that.
She tends to my house. She takes
She's
care...
not even related to you. It's unseemly.
The cooking and...
Her manner offends me. She's much too seductive.
She's done nothing wrong.
Get yourself an old hag or a boy to take care of your needs. Listen, Nicholas, for myself, I don't care who's in your bed. I understand a man's appetites. God knows I sowed my oats. Fathered a child or two here and there before. But it's different now. With Luther and his fiends screaming to high heaven and Rome about church abuses, a man in your position, a canon of this cathedral, you must appear above reproach.
Yes, your reverence.
Go on home now. Tell her to find a new position. Someplace far away from here.
Indeed, your reverence. What's this? Sir, are you hurt? Can you hear me, young man?
Oh, get off of me.
Oh, I was just trying
Get away from me.
I thought you were...
Thief!
Oh, no! Oh,
What did you take from
I
me?
didn't! Oh,
Give it back!
no!
Give it back or I'll strangle you.
I'm a doctor.
What?
I'm a doctor. I thought you were hurt. I was trying to help you.
Don't move. Stay down there.
Who are you?
You scared me to death.
I thought you were dead. I thought
I was just sitting there when you came along and
you were lying on the
I
ground.
was just sitting there waiting to seed.
Oh,
Are you hurt?
my ankle, I think.
Oh, when you fell. You must have twisted it.
Give me a hand to get up, will you?
I'm sorry I hurt you, Doctor. I didn't know.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
I'm waiting for Canon Copernicus. Someone told me this was his house. It is his house, isn't it?
What do you want with him?
Is he sick? Is that why you've come?
No, he's not sick.
Thank God. Imagine if I'd come all this way only to find out the great canon, the starry canon, was too sick to receive me.
What did you call him?
Please, forgive me, Doctor. I don't normally get into fistfights. You may not believe this, but I'm a scholar by profession.
You?
A mathematician.
Really?
Professor of mathematics, in fact.
Oh.
My name is Rheticus, Georg Joachim Rheticus,
Sir.
of the mathematics faculty at Wittenberg.
Wittenberg.
You've heard of it, of course.
You came here from Wittenberg,
Well, to speak the truth, I was stopping in Nuremberg when I decided to come here.
but Wittenberg is...
Nuremberg is even farther away. It had another 100 miles to my journey.
But it's not safe.
Not safe to travel anywhere these days. Between the bandits and the dogs and the rain. Twice in one day, I was almost drowned fording a river.
From Wittenberg.
Canon Copernicus will know its reputation.
Indeed.
As a place where the study of mathematics has always flourished.
This is Poland, Professor. Catholic Poland.
I'm certain Canon Copernicus will welcome me as a fellow mathematician.
He will do no such thing. He cannot.
Steady there, Doctor.
Now, Professor, I bid you a good night.
Are you sure you can walk?
I'm fine. And I don't have far to go.
You live here? But... You mean you are...
Indeed.
Oh, no. Oh, please, on my knees, forgive me, learned sir.
Now, don't.
All the times I pictured our meeting, and to think... Oh, dear Lord, how I've botched things.
It's all right. I'm fine, but you had better move on. This is no place for you.
If only you knew how I...
Please get up.
The whole way here, I rehearsed over and over what I would say when I met you.
Say it, then. On your feet.
Canon Copernicus, Is that the right way to address you, sir? Or should I call you father? Did you say you were a doctor?
It doesn't matter. Say your piece.
Begging your pardon, Canon. Doctor. Sir, I have letters here letters of introduction from...
Don't bother with that.
From Schörner in Nuremberg, and another one from Hartmann, and also Peter Appian, and...
Did you say from Schörner?
Yes, sir. Here it is. He was gracious enough to let me stay several weeks with him in his home. This one is from Camerarius in Tübingen. He tried to convince me not to look for you. He said you must be dead by now. Excuse me, Canon. Sir, I meant no offense. It's just that no one has heard from you in such a long time. They're all waiting. They wonder why you've kept silent all these years.
I have nothing to say.
You were too modest, sir. What you've done? Why, you've made the greatest leap in astronomy since Ptolemy introduced the equant. Everyone speaks of you. The starry canon of Poland, they call you, who spins the earth and makes the sun stand still. They say you've been working at your theory for more years than I've lived.
I'm finished with all that now.
You've finished? You mean you're ready to release the details?
There's nothing here for you, Professor. You should go back to Wittenberg. I'm sure your students miss you.
I'm on special leave, on a personal mission, meeting with the most learned mathematicians of our day. I believe that you, sir, are the culmination of my quest, the very key to the perfection of the heavenly spheres, Dr. Cannon. Sir, I seek to restore the queen of mathematics, that is, astronomy, to her palace as she deserves, and to redraw the boundaries of her kingdom.
I cannot help you.
Only you can help me.
Good night, Professor.
And I can help you, too.
I wish you a safe journey.
Hear me out.
Hush! If the sentry on guard should hear you...
Listen to me.
I'm telling you for your own safety to leave this place.
In the middle of the night.
It's the best way so that no one will see you.
After I've traveled 3 weeks and 500 miles just to find
Shh,
you.
be quiet. Come inside. But only for a little while. Now, what were you raving about out there?
In all the confusion, I never gave you the gifts I brought, Cannon, sir.
I could not accept any gifts.
You must.
Thank you, but no.
Here is Ptolemy.
I have read Ptolemy, of course. Every astronomer has read Ptolemy.
You read a Latin translation from the Arabic or the Hebrew. This is the original Greek text.
Oh.
Only recently recovered and now published for the first time.
Let me just have a look at that.
And this is Euclid's geometry, also in Greek. And here is Regiomontanus on triangles. I love the part of the beginning where he says no one can bypass the science of triangles and reach a satisfying knowledge of the stars.
Oh, these are magnificent volumes.
That shows the ones I hoped would most please you.
You should keep these for your own library.
They're yours. I've already inscribed them to you.
To N. Copernicus, my teacher. Your teacher?
I was hoping.
I have no students, no followers of any kind.
That is why I've come. To be your disciple. Whatever problems have interfered, kept you from bringing your theory to completion, I want to help you solve them. I showed you my letters of reference. Even Melanchthon says I have exceptional aptitude.
Philip Melanchthon.
The one they call teacher of Germany, yes.
Luther's own chosen successor, his right hand.
He said I was born to study mathematics.
Tell me, Professor, are you on intimate terms with Luther, too?
Oh, now I see what you... but I swear to you, sir, I do not share the Reverend Luther's opinion of your theory. No, indeed.
Martin Luther has an opinion about my theory?
It's only his opinion, whereas I feel astronomy requires precisely the kind of bold new approach that you take.
What does he say about it?
Well, things come up at faculty meetings, lunches, the table talk, you know how it is.
No.
Someone gave him the gist of it, and...
And?
Well...
What did he say?
He said anyone who would turn the whole of astronomy upside down merely for the sake of novelty must be a fool.
I suppose fool is a mild insult coming from him.
And of course, he knows nothing of mathematics. He rejected your theory only because it contradicts the Bible. He quoted the book of Joshua.
Ah, yes.
The part where Joshua says, Sun, stand thou still upon Gibeon.
Yeah, I know the part, yes.
And thou, moon, in the valley of Ajalon.
And the sun stood still.
And the moon stayed until the people...
That will do. I'm quite familiar with the text.
Then you see his point, Canon, sir. The sun stood still. Whereas if the sun were already standing still, as you claim, why would Joshua command it to do so?
Why do you think?
I say mathematics is for mathematicians. Scripture does not enter into it.
Is that what you told Luther?
You!
Anna?
She wouldn't let me in when I arrived.
Who is this man, McCoy?
What's all this? What has happened
I
to
thought
you?
she was going to throw water on me.
Please.
He came to the door just after you left. I was afraid to let him in.
You were right to be cautious, my dear, but look at you. Tell me what has happened.
Oh, McCoy, the bishop, is he...
He's all right. But your dress, tell me, whose blood is this?
The miller's wife. She miscarried again, the poor woman.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Here they are, sir.
Who is he, McCoy?
No one. It's all a mistake. He was about to leave.
If I could just show you these.
Not now.
What does he want from you?
Forget about him. He'll be gone in a moment. You'll see. Let's get you cleaned up and into bed.
But why?
Please, my dear, trust me. It's better that you don't know.
I don't like the look of him.
I'll take care of him. Don't worry yourself.
Be careful, McCoy.
Now, wait till you see.
I hate to be inhospitable, Professor, but now you really must.
Look what else I brought you, sir.
No, please. No more gifts.
These notes are from Schörner. Some recent observations he collected of Mercury. He insisted that I bring them to you.
He did.
He didn't make the observations himself. He said they were the work of some other astronomer, but he said they would please you.
Yes. But,
You haven't given up, have you, sir? Am I right? Canon, sir. I said you haven't quit, have you? It's just taking time. Isn't that right? That's why I thought I could help.
No, I'm sorry. Even if I wanted to, my hands are tied. The bishop, you see, I fear there's no nice way to say this, Professor. The bishop has banished all Lutherans from this diocese.
What does that got to do with me?
You mean you're not Lutheran?
I'm not looking to settle down here. I merely wish to talk to you about your work.
Even that would not be allowed, no.
I'm a mathematician, not a theologian.
Still...
Couldn't you explain that to him? Perhaps he would grant us what do you call it, an indulgence?
A dispensation, but no, there's no chance of that.
Oh, please, try. You know yourself that our discussion never need touch on faith.
No, even to discuss...
We'll limit ourselves strictly to arithmetic and geometry, the wings of the human mind. On such wings as those, we transcend our religious differences. Transcend all religious differences. Didn't Abraham teach astronomy to the Hebrews? And Moses, another Jew? And heaven knows how all the Islamic astronomers prayed to their Allah 5 times a day, then watched the stars all night. Even going back to the Egyptians, the Greeks, Prometheus, and the theft of divine fire. The very crime for which he suffered an eagle to devour his liver. What does that mean, if not that Prometheus delivered the light of astronomy to all mortals?
How young you are, Professor.
You're not afraid to talk to him, are you?
Afraid? I am the bishop's personal physician.
Well, then.
I was summoned to his side tonight, after he was poisoned by a Lutheran spy.
No.
No, it was nothing like that. But knowing the intimate details of his digestion does not give me leverage to sway his opinion on any subject.
Please, try. I implore you on my knees. If you do, I swear I will...
Come, Professor, you must leave off this genuflecting and swearing. Remember, you are not a Catholic, and I am not a priest.
You're not?
Only minor orders. But I administer the cathedral's business affairs. I am an officer of the Church. Don't you understand? I cannot harbor a heretic. I'm sorry if I've offended you. I meant no disrespect for your beliefs.
You mean I'd be a danger to you?
You are a danger to yourself, young man. Rushing off to unknown places, knocking on strangers' doors, shouting about missions and quests.
I only wish to...
Now, Professor, gather your things. I hate to send you away like this, but we are victims of these times.
You mean you won't let me stay?
I'm sorry. And take the books, please. I could not keep them in good conscience.
What will I do now? How will I ever... Oh, please, reconsider.
Why don't you write to me? After you get back to Wittenberg, you could... Not write to me directly, of course. You would need to send your letters through an intermediary. Someone who could serve as a point of contact for us. Come now, Professor. Pull yourself together. And be cautious on the roads. Mind you, take care of yourself out there. Oh, for heaven's sake. You can't go now.
Sir?
It's too late. Daylight already. I'll have to... Where? I know. Now, come this way.
What, behind the bookcase?
Yes. Along the passageway. Hurry.
May I come in?
No!
Were you sleeping, Johann?
No, of course not.
Is anything the matter?
What are you doing here, Tiedemann?
I came to beat you at chess, as usual. Have you forgotten?
Stop shouting.
I'm not shouting. What's wrong with you, Johann? You look terrible.
I feel terrible. Oh, like a horse kicked me in the head.
We should send for Nicholas to come and examine you.
Nicholas was here all night. Oh, an awful night I had. Cursed Lutherans tried to poison me.
Poison?
They tried to kill me and very nearly succeeded.
Heaven forbid.
I ask you, Tiedemann, if I'm not safe in my own dining room, where am I safe? Lutherans everywhere, in the kitchen, in the soup.
But you seem well enough now. Are you sure it was poison?
Do you doubt my word?
What did Nicholas say?
Oh, Nicholas. His skills may combat a single instance of poisoning, and thank God for that. But his medicaments cannot staunch the spread of the Lutheran menace. We must fight harder to contain its foul contagion. As God is my witness, we must take up arms against it.
Talk like a soldier, Johann.
And you, Tiedemann, you sit idly by and watch. You do nothing to stem the tide.
What would you have me do? Lay siege to Wittenberg?
All I ask is that you adopt my edict in your diocese.
No, Johann, that I cannot do. I see no need to put such a harsh ruling into effect.
After last night, I intend to strengthen it, increase the prohibitions, magnify the punishments.
Oh, no, Johann.
We're the only ones left, Tiedemann, you and I. We're the last holdouts in the whole region. Every other bishop, to a man, has bowed to that devil Luther. God help us, even the Duke has converted. We are surrounded. We must crush them.
We are men of God, Johann.
The Church calls us to her defense. I need your support. How can you continue to allow Lutherans to live and work in Köln?
Our Lutherans in Köln don't cause trouble. They just go about
Listen to me, Tiedemann. If we have trouble here in Warmia, you have trouble in Köln. We have the same troubles, you and I. How do you know my assassin wasn't one of your Lutherans?
These are peasant farmers, merchants, tradesmen, the same people who have lived among us for generations, since long before...
They have betrayed us by betraying the Church. You must expel them.
In your heart, you know there's a better path to reconciliation with our Protestant brethren.
Oh, please, when will you face the facts?
We're all Christians in the eyes of God.
Haven't the past 20 years taught you anything? That sniveling little monkey has whined and complained and gained himself a huge following. How did that happen? Whoever thought anyone would listen to him? Now look at him. He sings a few hymns and half the continent thinks he's the second coming. It's an abomination.
The Church has weathered worse storms before this. If we are steadfast in our faith and we treat our fellow citizens with compassion...
You mean you refuse to back me?
I'm saying that the changing times challenge us to summon new reserves of patience and understanding.
Patience? What do you think this is, a game of chess?
Let us pray together for guidance. Pater noster, Giese in Caelis.
Oh, I bet you just love for one of them to do away with me.
Don't give in to your dark thoughts, Johann. Pray with me now. Pater noster, Giese in Caelis.
Then you could take my place and be here yourself.
Adveniat regnum tuum, fiat voluntas tua.
That's why you keep your canonry here, isn't it?
Panem nostrum quotidianum de nobis hoc.
You want to have your foot in the door, so when I die...
Sicut et nos dimittimus debitoribus
I see it before.
et ne nos inducas in tentationem.
Why else would you remain a canon here in Warmia?
Et potestas et gloria in saecula. Amen.
You should give up your canonry. What? You have no right to be a canon here any longer.
Don't be ridiculous, Johann. I have every right.
I want you to resign. Do it now. Step down of your own volition. Don't make me force you out.
You cannot force me. A canonry is a lifetime appointment, as you well know.
Nevertheless, you are free to leave it if you choose.
I would never do that. I rely on my income from the canonry.
You're Bishop of Köln now.
Culm is a poor diocese. You know that better than anyone, Johann. When you were Bishop of Culm,
You cannot be Bishop of Culm and Canon of Varmia too.
Of course I can. You did. When you were made Bishop of Culm, you held on to your Varmia
What I
canonry.
did has nothing to do with what you should do.
It is exactly the same situation. You remained a canon here the whole time you were Bishop of Culm. If you hadn't done that, you could never have been elected Bishop of Varmia.
Aha, you admit it then. You do want to take my place.
I'm older than you, Johann. I'm not likely to outlive you.
Not likely, no, except in the event of my untimely death.
You cannot accuse me of such treachery.
Can't I?
It's the principle of the thing. And the income, of course. And I still belong to this community. These are my lifelong friends. Why, Nicholas and I go back.
Oh, don't expect your friend Nicholas to come to your rescue now. He's on very shaky ground himself.
Nicholas? Nicholas keeps all of us alive.
I could see him excommunicated.
Have you gone mad, Johann?
I refuse to look the other way any longer while that harlot comes and goes as she pleases.
You mean the housekeeper?
Oh, housekeeper, harlot, what's the difference? What do you take me for, a simpleton?
At least 3 or 4 of the other canons keep female housekeepers. It's always been that way.
Not anymore, not since I've taken up the reins here. All those women have been discharged, all except for her. She's made a cuckold of him, too, sneaking out at night behind his back. She may be in league with the devil.
Stop it, Johann. You don't know what you're saying.
You put a stop to it. Tell him to get that woman out of here. That's the least you could do in support of my wishes. Go and reason with him. Let him hear it from both of us. If you want to keep your canonry, then show me your value here in Varmia.
Where are you taking me, sir?
Only a little farther now.
Where?
We're nearly there. Oh, here we are. You can stay here.
Here. What is this place?
Well, you'll be safe here.
Is it your observatory?
This? No.
Not a prison cell, is it?
Oh, no. It's a retreat. A safe place. We all have rooms like this. When there's danger of enemy attack, we come here and we stay until it's safe for us to leave.
You really expect me to stay here?
Just till tonight. After sunset, you can go. As soon as it's dark, I'll come fetch you.
You mean you're not staying with me?
No.
But now we have all day.
I can't stay with you. I have duties.
Oh,
I must.
please. Stay and seize this day with me. Look how God has provided a space of time for us, after all. This is our chance to speak as one mathematician to another. In these secluded surroundings, you and I could... What is that?
That's just something I made.
You built it?
A long time ago.
But what is it? Some kind of observing instrument?
No, it's more of a model, really.
Like an armillary sphere?
Something like that.
Only larger?
Yes.
Much larger.
I don't use it anymore.
Why so big?
Well, the person inside needs room to...
There's someone inside it?
Not now.
No, but a person could...
Yes, the person has to sit inside it, in the center of the intersecting rings, to get the effect.
And what effect would that be, inside?
The sense of... the consequences, really, of my theory.
Oh, I see. You sat in there while you were figuring out how
No.
to...
I stood out here to operate it.
Someone else was inside?
Yes.
So you did have a student before me?
No.
Then who?
No, I made this for a friend who couldn't grasp the mathematical concept, someone who needed a tangible way to visualize the spheres.
You certainly went to a lot of trouble.
I suppose I did.
For your friend?
Yes. Well, then, you wait here and...
Could I try it?
No, I don't think.
I'd really like to see what it does.
No one's used it in years. I doubt it still works.
Let's try it and see.
There's no need for that. You, of all people, can follow the math.
I was hoping to read your work, sir. I didn't know I could write in it.
Don't touch that.
How do you get in?
Not there. No, not like that.
Show me then, please.
Let go of that. It's over here. You climb in through here. Sit down.
Your friend must have been quite small. There's hardly room to...
Maybe you shouldn't...
All right. I'm in. Very dark in here. I don't see anything.
I'm lighting the lanterns now. Give me a moment to...
What?
I said I'm lighting the lanterns now. There. You see anything?
Good Lord.
You see?
Good heavens, There are stars everywhere. All around. How did you do that?
Now, I turn you.
What?
I said I'll turn you around now in your seat.
Should I do something?
No. There it goes.
Good God. What's happening? Oh, this is unbelievable.
You see? You see what it does?
Oh, sir. You have reproduced the night. The effect is... It's spectacular.
Now you see how the device approximates the motions.
It's so lovely. So faithful to the zodiac constellations. I've never seen anything to compare with this. Look. There's the ram. The bull. The twins.
I'm afraid I can't keep this up much longer. Not as strong as I used to be. You'd better come out now.
Oh, my. That was...
Steady there.
I'm still seeing stars.
Let your eyes adjust to the light.
Thank you, Canon, sir.
Did you find it convincing?
Convincing?
Did you?
Convincing of what, sir?
Of the motion.
Oh, most definitely.
Good. Well, then.
All the stars moved. I could see them spinning round and round.
No, the stars didn't move.
It was wonderful.
Hey, that was you going around, not the stars.
No, I saw that the stars turned around me.
You turned in that little seat. That's the only part that moves.
But I didn't feel myself move.
You're not supposed to.
I am quite certain that the seat did not move.
That's just it. That's the point, you see. You think the stars are turning when really it's you turning. And once you realize that you are the one going round, then you make that shift in perception, you see?
I'm not sure I do, no.
The machine gives you a physical appreciation for the way the Earth, by its rotation, makes the stars appear to spin around it. And the planets, too. I tried to build in the planetary effects, the stations and retrogrades, but I had trouble aligning them.
Do you mean to say...
I think those parts must still be around here somewhere.
Oh, no.
What?
You really do mean to turn the Earth?
You knew that.
But really turn it?
What did you think?
I didn't think you meant to turn it physically.
How else would it turn, if not physically?
It would turn theoretically, in a hypothetical way, on paper, in order to...
No.
Theoretically, mathematically, but not...
No, the motion is real. Of course it is.
How could you claim such a thing?
I thought you understood what my work was all about. Did Schörner explain it to you? What did he tell you?
I don't think he sees it quite the way you do, sir.
How can that be?
He didn't mention anything about a real motion.
Are you sure?
All he said was... No, he didn't say anything about that.
You mean he doesn't understand it either?
I think he must not have interpreted it literally. Why would he?
Why?
Why would he leap to that conclusion?
Oh, merciful heavens.
Honestly, sir, I don't think anyone realizes exactly what it is you have in mind.
What can they think I've been doing all these years?
Even just to use the idea as the basis for a new calculation, but to claim the motion is reality?
Yes.
Look, you and I, we're just standing here. The Earth, it doesn't move.
Yes, it does.
You really believe the Earth is turning?
This is not a question of belief, Professor. I know it turns.
What do you mean you know?
I mean the evidence has convinced me.
What evidence?
Goodness, the time.
You mean the Earth leaves some kind of wake behind it, like a boat?
I'm sorry, I must leave you now.
No, wait a minute.
You must excuse me. I'll come back tonight.
Wait!
They're expecting me in the...
Just because I raise a few questions, you walk away?
Don't you hear the bells? That's the call to Mass.
Oh, wait, please.
I must get to the cathedral. If I'm not seen at Mass, it will raise too many questions.
Wait!
Oh, what?
Not here.
No, Your Reverence.
I was hoping to meet him at Mass.
He wasn't at Mass?
No, I thought he might be ill or...
Oh, no. Where could he be?
You don't know where he is?
Your Reverence, may I confide in you?
You wish to make a confession?
As I know Your Reverence to be a true and loyal friend, I feel I must mention something happening in this house.
Oh, I think I would rather discuss this with him privately.
It's just that last night...
Yes, I know.
How could that be? I thought no one knew about the
Please, understand, I have nothing against you, daughter. You mustn't take all the blame on yourself.
Me? I didn't let him in. I tried to...
It's never one-sided in these situations. To be frank, I feel partly responsible. I've known about it all along, and yet I said nothing. As his friend, I should have counseled him. I could have saved him from this regrettable situation.
Is he in some kind of trouble?
Don't fret now. Nothing bad will happen to him if you are brave and you do what's required of you. Tell me, do you have family who could take you in?
What?
Or a friend, perhaps. Someplace where you know people, where you could go and feel welcome and make a new home for yourself?
Anna?
Oh.
What was that?
Tiedemann, is that you?
Good heavens, Nicholas!
Let me in.
What in the world?
Help me.
What's happened to the boy? Oh, all right, careful. Here, just right here. Easy. Oh. Oh, dear, he's burning up with fever.
Who is this?
I'll get some blankets.
And willow bark.
Of course.
Who is he? What's wrong with him? Oh, never mind. You can tell me after you catch your breath.
Tiedemann.
Blankets and medicine. Oh, his clothes are soaking wet.
I better get them off.
Why did you let him in the house?
Who is he?
The last stranger you allowed in brought malaria with him.
This is nothing but ague. Exposure. Heaven only knows where he slept in weeks of travel.
Where did he come from?
That's what I'm saying. You don't know where he's been.
But I do, Anna. I know where he's come
You know him, Nicholas?
from. Not really, no.
I don't understand.
When I came home from the bishop's apartments late last night, I found him lying in front of my house.
You carried him into the house?
No, Tiedemann, he walked into the
He
house.
can't stay here.
You're right. Better make up a bed for him in the pantry.
No, he cannot stay here.
Please, Anna, there's nothing else to be done till his fever comes down.
Very well.
Of all the times for someone like him to... someone of his talents. Why now? If only he'd come to me 20 years ago.
20 years ago, he was still in swaddling clothes from the look of him.
It wouldn't have made a difference then either. My theory was never meant to see the light of day.
He came to you about that?
So he said.
What about it? What did he say?
Nothing. It doesn't matter. He really didn't understand it anyway.
But who is he?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Where did he come from? Why were you hiding him?
He came here from... He brought letters from... He had a letter of introduction from Schörner. One from Hartmann, too. And a stack of books he tried to give me. Ptolemy in the original Greek. Can you imagine? And here, look at these.
It's been years since I looked at diagrams like these, Nicholas. What am I to make of them?
They concern the circles of Mercury. All the times I tried, I never could capture Mercury at that large an angle of western elongation. Without such observations, it was impossible for me to complete my own assessment of the anomaly.
And this was his gift to you?
It's ready. Can you help me to carry him?
Certainly, I'll take his feet if you just...
Of course, Anna. Thank you, Tiedemann. Yes. Yes.
Careful, take his head.
Here.
There's something strange and wonderful about the arrival of this fellow, don't you think so?
In a few days, he'll be well enough to return to Wittenberg.
To Wittenberg, is it?
I told you wouldn't believe me.
Oh, Nicholas, do you realize what is happening here?
I know. I'll send him on his way as soon as...
No, he should stay.
What?
Don't you see? He has come to help you, and now he shall be of help to me as well.
He's in no condition to help anyone.
I've made him as comfortable as possible.
I must speak with the bishop.
There's no need to tell him about my patient.
One thing is certain, Nicholas. The Lord surely works in mysterious ways.
Why did he want to know if I had family?
What?
Just now, just before you... He asked, did I have family or friends I could go to? What did he mean, McCoy?
The bishop must have told him.
Told him what? Oh, McCoy, the bishop wants you to send me away.
Don't worry, I would never do that.
What if he makes you, forces you?
He'll forget about us.
And if he doesn't?
I won't let anything happen to you.
I see the way he looks at me.
Has he dared to lay a hand on you?
That lecherous dog of a false priest.
But has he? touched you.
No. I won't go, McCoy.
I won't let you go.
He just took him in, a total stranger,
Out of compassion, yes.
without knowing his identity.
He found the fellow lying prostrate in front of his house, stricken down by illness. You know, Nicholas, he could not abandon someone in that condition.
For all he knows, the stranger might be a spy.
No, he's a mathematician.
I thought you said no one knew anything about him.
Well, he had several mathematics textbooks in his satchel.
Books in a bag don't prove a person's profession.
Large, important texts.
Well, perhaps he stole them.
I think he has come here with a purpose, Johann. Expressly to question Nicholas about his theory.
You're making a great number of assumptions.
To shake Nicholas out of his long paralysis.
Don't run away with yourself, Tiedemann. We have important matters to address. I want you to sign the new edict. Right there, below where I've affixed my seal.
Think what it could mean, Johann. I've always said someday Nicholas will bring glory to Varmia through his mathematical work.
That is one harebrained idea, that theory of his. I thought he was wise to put it aside.
He should be encouraged to take it up again. If I've tried once, I've tried 1,000 times to convince him to see it through.
He should let it lie. It's a dangerous notion.
It's controversial, I grant you, but...
It may even be heretical.
Oh, no, Johann.
It makes him a laughingstock, at the very least. You should hear what they say about him at court. How he mistakes the earth for a side of beef. So he puts it on a spit and roasts it in the sun's fire.
His ideas are beyond the comprehension of ordinary minds, like yours and mine.
Even mathematicians have common sense, Tiedemann. Now then, stop changing the subject and sign. Will you do that? Will you stand with me to protect Varmia and Köln and the rest of our province and Poland and the world?
I'm sorry, Johann. I cannot condone the punishment of innocent people.
I have already written my recommendation to the provost of the chapter requesting that you be relieved of your canonry. I have it right here.
I'll not be intimidated by such threats. I cannot believe the chapter will approve such an action against me.
You sign the edict, Tiedemann, and I'll tear up the letter.
I must be getting back to Köln now.
Sign, damn
I have
it.
many preparations to make. I'm planning to invite this newly arrived mathematician to Köln as soon as he is well enough to travel.
The sooner he leaves here, the
and
better.
the nurse to look after him.
Why, that's brilliant, Tiedemann. So you did find a way to get her out of Varmia. Well done. And good riddance to her.
Naturally, I'll have Nicholas come, too.
Nicholas?
Yes.
Nicholas isn't going anywhere.
He'll leap at the chance to engage the visitor in learned discourse. It's the perfect opportunity for Nicholas to resume his great work.
You can't take Nicholas that far away.
It's only for a little while, to smooth out the relocation of the woman.
Nicholas is barred from travel to any diocese where Lutherans are allowed to run free. Sign the edict.
You're making this impossible, Johann. If Nicholas won't be coming, there's no point in my taking the stranger with me, or the nurse.
If the bishop finds out that you are sheltering a Lutheran...
I'm housing an invalid, ministering to the sick.
If he finds out, he'll banish you both.
Please, Anna, keep looking. You'll recognize Mercury when you get to it.
Yes, of course. But why do you need it now? We haven't looked at these pages in years.
Something that young professor brought me inspired a new idea.
Oh. What are you thinking?
Remember how we could never...
What happened?
Oh.
Why didn't you tell me?
Oh, you shouldn't be wandering about.
It's dark now. It's dark.
Sit down.
Here, sit.
You promised you'd tell me when it got dark.
You're ill, do you remember? Anna, bring some of that broth.
Of course.
Where are my clothes?
Here, take my cassock. You won't be going anywhere tonight. You're still weak. In another day or two, you'll be stronger. Then you can do as you please. But for now, you're in my care.
This is your house. We were in this room.
Good hot broth will make you feel better.
Here, drink some of this.
But this isn't where we went somewhere else.
Go on, drink. It's good for you.
You put me in that machine.
The machine?
Oh, no.
You showed him the machine?
It's all right.
Now I remember. Oh, no.
You showed him the machine.
You must have been dreaming. Anna!
I thought you would save me.
Sometimes fever causes very vivid, frightening dreams.
I thought you could help me. Now what will I do?
You'll be fine.
What will become of me?
Good as new, you'll see.
I came here in good faith.
Yes, I know.
And what do I find? A lunatic, a deluded old recluse, obsessed with an insane idea.
Get hold of yourself.
I must go. Where are my clothes? Where's my satchel?
You don't need any of that now.
My horoscopes are in there.
I know how to treat your symptoms without looking at a horoscope.
You don't understand. Where is that satchel?
Calm yourself.
I can recite it all by heart.
What can you recite?
Every house, every aspect, every conjunction and opposition, every indicator of doom.
Don't tell me you believe in that.
It's not as though I have a choice.
You should know better.
If only I could forget what I know.
Why don't you change it, then? If you don't like what your horoscope portends, you can reconfigure it, isn't that right? Reapportion the houses, or adjust the presumed time of birth, and make it say something else, something better, whatever you like.
I've tried that. Tried all those things. It always comes out the same.
I'm sorry, Professor. I can't help you with your horoscope.
And you call yourself a mathematician.
Exactly. I am a mathematician, not a fortune teller.
The fates of empires depend on the positions of the planets.
No, Professor. The fates of empires depend on the positions of armies on battlefields. The stars do not enter into human affairs.
Tell that to your Pope. Didn't he bring his favorite astrologer to Rome?
Doesn't your Luther denounce the whole practice?
I told you, he knows nothing about mathematics.
Is that what you really came here for? Some new trick for casting your horoscope?
Not just mine. Yours, everybody's. Wars, floods, plagues, all the global predictions for the coming year, for years to come. That's what I saw as the fruit of your labors. The long march of history, the rise of Luther, the fall of Islam, the second coming of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
I give you the true order of the planets. The workings of the whole heavenly machinery, with every one of its former kinks hammered out, but all of that is useless to you unless it provides excuses for every petty human failure.
You think you could just twirl the earth through the heavens like oh dear Lord. Wait a minute. If the earth moved, then if the earth moved through the heavens...
It does move.
If the earth moved among the planets, then it would approach them and recede from them, and that might... It would. Yes! The motion would magnify the effect of every planetary influence.
No.
That would have to happen, as a natural consequence. An enhancement of the influence that each planet exerted on the individual.
The one thing has nothing to do with the other.
How can you be sure? Have you checked for those effects?
No.
Not even in your own charts?
No.
But that would be so easy to do, to compare, say, Mars at opposition with Mars at solar conjunction, and then to...
No.
This is better than I'd hoped. Better than I ever dreamed. Think what it means!
If you want to know the future, you should go slaughter a goat and examine its entrails, and leave the planets out of your predictions.
I think there's really something to it. Let's say, just for the moment, just for argument's sake, that the Earth turns. How fast would it... It has to spin around very fast, right? For the turning to cause day and night?
It is a rapid motion, yes.
How rapid?
You do the math.
All right. The circumference of the Earth is what, 20,000 miles?
24?
24,000, right. And it would have to make a full rotation every 24 hours.
Not a very difficult calculation, is it?
God in heaven. 1,000 miles an hour?
That is what it must be.
But that can't be. We would feel that.
No, we don't feel it.
We don't feel it because we don't really turn.
We don't feel it because we move along with it, like riding a horse.
When I ride a horse, I feel it.
On a ship, then, sailing on a calm sea, you move along, but you don't have any sense that you're moving.
Yes, I do. I see the shore receding. I feel the breeze in my face.
Go inside the cabin, then.
It won't work. If the Earth turned as fast as you claim... There would be a gale, like the wind from God, howling and blowing against us all the time.
No, there's no wind.
That's what I'm saying.
There's no wind because the air turns along with the earth.
The air turns?
It's all of a piece, yes. They turn together as one, the earth and the air, and the water, of course.
We cannot be moving that fast and not feel anything. It's impossible.
It's turning. All the time it's turning. Look, if you are the Earth, I am the sun. You turn around. All right, I'll turn you. Now, what do you see? As you move around, the position of the sun changes. And that turning is what makes the sun appear to rise. And set. And rise again on the following day.
No. It can't be. It's impossible.
You think I don't know it sounds crazy? Do you have any idea how long it took me to accept it myself? To go against the judgments of centuries? To claim something so totally at odds with common experience?
Tell me about the other motion, around the sun.
It's the same thing. You don't feel it. It's part of you, like breathing.
No, I mean, is it just as fast?
No.
Is it?
No.
Good.
It's faster.
Damn! How fast does it go?
Around the sun.
Around the sun, yes.
I don't know.
Oh, come on, tell me.
I really don't know. No one knows the actual distance that the Earth would have to go to get all the way around, but it must be in the millions. It must be many millions of miles, which means we go around the sun at least 10 times faster than we spin.
So 10,000 miles per...
Maybe 100 times faster.
100 times 1,000 miles.
Maybe.
That's where it all falls apart.
Why?
Why?
Why does it make more sense for the sun to go around the Earth? The sun stands still as a light for all creation, unmoved at the center of the universe. The way a king or an emperor rules from his throne, he doesn't hurry himself about from city to city.
But you can't put the sun at the center. It doesn't belong there.
The sun, in his rightful place, at the center, governs the speeds of all the planets. He tells each one how fast to run, and they obey. They take their speeds from his command. That's the reason Mercury travels the fastest.
No, the moon. The moon travels the fastest.
Forget the moon. The moon is the one thing that really does circle the Earth. Mercury goes fastest around the sun because it's the closest, and Saturn the slowest because it's the farthest away. They draw some kind of motive force from the sun's light.
A force?
Yes.
What kind of force?
I don't know. I'm still in the dark on that matter. But it's there. And that's why all their motions are interrelated, linked together by a golden chain, and you could not alter a single one, even so much as a fraction of an inch, without upsetting all the rest.
The way you talk, it's as though you know God's plan.
Why else would you study mathematics if not to discover that?
And the stars?
They hold still, the same as the sun. The sphere of the stars can't spin around the Earth every day. It's too big.
I'm trying to see it your way. Really, I am. But if the Earth moves around the sun, shouldn't we see some change in the stars? Wouldn't some of them look, I don't know, closer together sometimes or farther apart? There should be a change from spring to fall that people who paid attention would notice.
You would think that would happen.
I don't know what to think.
But no. You don't see any seasonal difference because the stars are so much farther away than anyone has imagined. The scale of the universe is all but inconceivable. The distance to the stars is so tremendous that it dwarfs the distance between the Earth and the sun. Compared to the distance from Saturn to the stars, why, the distance from the Earth to the sun is negligible.
Negligible.
It shrinks to just a point, really.
You're making this up. It's your own fantasy. The stars get in your way, you just wave them off to some other place.
Don't impose any puny human limits on creation, as though the whole cosmos were just a crystal ball for your own little personal affairs.
In the name of the Creator, then, what is the use of all that empty space between Saturn and the stars?
The use?
Yes.
What is the use of grandeur, of splendor, of glory? Thus vast, I tell you, is the divine handiwork of the one almighty God.
This is part one of And the Sun Stood Still by Dava Sobel. starring Robert Foxworth as Copernicus, Gregory Harrison as Giese, Michael Kirby as Rheticus, Kate Steele as Anna, and John Vickery as Bishop Dantiscus. Directed by Rosalind Ayres. Part 2 and an interview with author Dava Sobel are out right now, so please subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. The Relativity Series is from LA Theater Works, Susan Lowenberg, producing director, and the Alfred P. Sloan Foundation, bridging science and the arts in the modern world.